one hit. So like that's one thing.
Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of JPDeshong Live. I will be drawing illustrations from my upcoming book, The Last Pillar of Existence. If you like what you see and you want to donate, the links are below in the description. I'm going to get started. So, if you have any questions or you want to talk about things, current things in pop culture, I just saw Fantastic Four, I see Superman, I do opinions about it, let me know. All right, here we go.
That's going to be a child. Same with a mother who is carrying a baby regardless of age or point in which it is at in the pregnancy, and they get charged for it. How is the mother killing it in a certain part different?
Yeah, I got you. So, real question. I was gonna ask you: is this a? Do you think this is a person?
The comments is it from something? Yes.
Do you think this is a person?
That's a combined sperm cell with the mother's egg.
Do you think this is a person?
If it is an egg fertilized, yes.
You can't tell. You can't tell if that's a person.
I don't know what you're showing me. It's a good picture.
I think that if I ever showed you, if you ever showed me a picture of a baby or a child,
I get where you.
I don't think I would ever be like, oh, I don't know.
I get where you're going. But in a month from that or 2 months from that, if you go in for an ultrasound and there's a heartbeat.
Well, I just want to let you know. I showed you a picture of chicken-derived lactic acid. Okay, so like the fact that you couldn't tell the difference between chicken-derived lactic acid and a person is a little bit on the wild side.
So, is it wild that I'm not a doctor? I couldn't tell you what that would look like if it was a fertilized egg.
I mean, there's just no circumstance in my life where I would ever mistake chicken-derived lactic acid for a child. Like, never in my life would I do that.
Fair enough. But I also don't know what that looks like. Correct. But now, if you told me this woman was pregnant, she had sex, and they got fertilized, and no, she did pregnancy test. She is pregnant. There is a child being born inside of her. Yes, sir.
So if someone is pregnant, there is at that point there is a zygote or embryo. I wouldn't consider it a child until it's sentient.
At what point would you then consider it a child? It's going to.
I just told you. And once it's sentient. And wait, did you say being born inside?
Okay. A child is being thrown inside.
Yeah, so like you know my point though. I made already answered this.
Fair enough. So one more question. Why do you think that the Second Amendment is wrong?
I don't necessarily think the Second Amendment is wrong. I just think it should be well regulated.
To what extent?
To what extent should it be regulated?
Yes.
Like to save human lives.
No. Say it should be.
You're pro-life, right? Like if, for example, doing some type of common sense gun regulation led to less people dying, would you support it?
No, I believe if people want to buy guns.
He's pro-life. Chad. He's pro-life. I promise you I'm pro-life, but I care more about my AR access to guns than I care about children in school.
I myself not on the gun. For one. Two.
Why?
I'm pro-life in the fact that you should not be able to take someone's gun, regardless of the
Why can't you own a gun?
I can easily own a gun. I haven't bought one. I just turned the age in Illinois where you can buy a gun.
You're 21.
Yeah, you can buy a handgun at 21.
Why do you sound really tough?
Deep voice.
No, I'm not like trying to make fun of your voice. I'm just saying that you sound like you're
Oh, no. So I can buy a gun myself. I have not yet. But I cannot control someone being able to shoot and kill someone with a gun that they have bought, whether it's legally or.
I understand, but we can reduce the likelihood of these certain things happening. Like by engaging
So,
in certain
the
control
first
regulation.
to be regulation in regards to certain
Yeah,
requirements.
if we can, if evidence that engaging in certain gun control regulation saves lives on a net basis, I support getting rid of that. I seriously, dude, I care very little about access to guns outside of the context of the initial self-defense aspect of guns. I think self-defense is cool, it's great, but you don't need all different types of guns and attachments and everything to defend yourself. You're not taking on a spec ops team, dropping from a helicopter. It's not happening. You can have a pistol, and find your pistol, shotgun. You know, like you don't need much more than that. You don't need an AK. You don't need an AR. You don't need a minigun. You're not fighting the military.
So, then I'll ask you this: do you have a hobby?
Yes, I do.
What would that be?
Take a guess.
I don't know. Do you have a boyfriend?
I have a girlfriend.
Fair enough.
But that's not what I'm saying. We're not going to say this. It is.
Okay. Fair enough. Do you buy things for this TikTok podcast or TikTok live stream to make it more fun for yourself?
Do I buy things? Yeah.
Okay. So the same way people have a hobby of taking the guns that they have bought themselves with their hard-earned money, adding cool attachments, and they go to a shooting range and they shoot them, right? It may be hard to believe, but most people buy their guns for
Yeah. Because I let me know the last time that like me buying podcast equipment straight up just like leads to people getting shot.
I could buy a gun right now. It's not going to lead to someone being shot. It's for my own enjoyment and protection of my family.
Okay, so okay, so then clarify, like, did you need an AR-15 to defend your gun?
One, I could, yes. Because unfortunately, to save the world, who knows what could happen if someone came on my property.
He thinks he's gonna be fighting sniper. He
I
thinks he's dropping in Call of Duty. This is not CS:GO, bro. You don't need an AR, dude.
So, let me ask you, using a pistol would kill someone one shot from it.
I don't really know. Like, I'm not completely sure. Like, it depends where you live.
Exactly. So if someone came onto my property with their own weapon for ill intent, and all I had was a pistol, and they're far down, but I could see them coming with something, you can't do anything other than hit them once. Maybe. And it's not going to do anything.
It's not like you have a clip.
Okay, fair enough. But unloading a pistol clip is the same as unloading an AR clip.
You can shoot multiple bullets in a clip. I mean, maybe if your aim is absolute ass cheeks, you'll miss every shot. How about you just get better aim, bro?
Okay. All right, that's all I got.
Go to the gun range. I'm serious. Go to the gun range.
I go to the gun range as much as I want.
But then you should have top tier. You should have top tier aim, bro. You should never miss.
Never stop at the
Yes, I have. And I never miss. I hit how many shots? Hit your shots, kid. Hit your shots. Hit your shots. Hit your shots. You should have seen those flicks, bro. Go to the next person. Who's going to guess your best name is all time? Mojo, thank you so much for the £5. Thank you. You know what, here, everyone, this is what we're going to do. I'll be on tomorrow morning, everyone, at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I love everyone so much. I'm gonna go send everyone over to Dean's Live. I think tonight. Right now is the time to get off, everyone. I love everyone so much. Have a fantastic night, everyone. I'd recommend you go check out my YouTube stream. Thank you $2. Alexander, thank you 20. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Have a fantastic night, everyone. I love y'all so very much. Literally so much. I love y'all. Ashley, thank you for $10. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see everyone. A great day. Great day. Have a great day.
Venmo, Shirley says, absolutely love it. I'm so very proud of you. He's always here talking like every day. Thank you. Thank you, Shirley. $20. But if you couldn't be up here, thank you so much for the answer to what you do every day. Show some love to Shirley down below in the chat. Let's get at least 200 Shirley W's. I'd also like to see you Amanda with 5, Gabrielle with 5, and Sawyer with 5. All three of those government capable of the top. Thank you guys so much for the love. Now, Kayla, we're going to go past you tonight. Tell us why you support our local church. Also, Mr. Parker, thank you for later from TikTok. Take it away.
All right. I might start a little bit. I got 10,000 people listening to me. So, but some of the main reasons I do like the idea of kind of imposing the tariffs on other countries. So far, from what I've seen, it do seem to be working. And then it's just there's a lot of other policies that I agree with, like, I'm trying to remember the exact policies, so you don't go asking about it. There was.
If you want, we can start with that one. Yeah.
Okay, that works.
Okay, so what do you like? Why do you think they're working? What are they working?
So, like I said, I am quite nervous right now. There are 10,000 people listening to me right now.
Honestly,
But,
yeah,
so,
I'll say this too. I've said other people that vote back in the it's kind of highly intelligent. I think that being nervous in front of a crowd of like 12,000 people is a completely normal reaction. In fact, I question it, but I'm not.
okay, but so basically, from what I've seen is, I can't remember what the exact thing is. Maybe you know a little bit more about this, but there was the.
I hate when I make a decision to do something after I committed to drawing it. I'm basically gonna redraw it again, but I'm gonna put his head down.
$600 billion they're going to agree to put towards our U.S. economy.
And I should have planned that earlier.
Yeah,
I just, honestly, I just kind of changed my mind. So, let that dry for a minute. I'll redraw it, and then I'll go back in and.
Saudi Arabia for like $400 million, and now they're even telling you that like the EU has announced these investments. Well, like, why aren't we seeing that? Investment into American manufacturing has gone stagnant and actually decreased for the first time since the pandemic was over. And Biden's tariffs. We just simply haven't been seeing it. Maybe these are like long-term investments that span over 10 years. So the quarter by quarter, new investments are very marginal, and they're offset by all the investment that's lost because of the inefficiencies that the tariffs will produce in the American economy. It's just like, at the end of the day, we're not seeing, like the golden era being introduced into America because of these things. And then like the negative outcomes, like there are tariffs, right? The tariffs are eventually paid for by American consumers once those tariff goods hit the American market. And that's just a regressive tax on poor people. They also create more inefficiencies because they force us to produce what the Trump administration thinks we should instead of being dictated by the free market. And I truly also do think that the Trump administration well, if he's fixing all of these causes. He caused the ones in Canada, he caused the ones in Mexico, he caused the ones on every country in the world, he caused the tariffs on China so far 4 times. Even he knows that these are working against his
Well, I'm not too much into politics, but I do know about everyday life, and we've seen a lot of prices are going down, especially on imported goods. So to me, that means that they are doing something.
Okay, well, what is your argument that tariffs will somehow reduce the cost? Because it obviously does the opposite.
From what I am gathering from it, by threatening these countries with higher tariffs in return for whatever he sets up that he wants agreed upon for us to get back, that is lowering our costs of the imports into our country, while getting us revenue from increasing those tariffs of something in our country to go into other countries.
I think that this is a speculative theory, and if I knew on the spot, I haven't seen the announcement from Trump said that they're going to lower their prices in import goods. In fact, if you lower the prices of import goods because of these tariffs, all that will inevitably happen if you have like more imported goods from the American market. You're going to have a lower level of dominance of American manufacturers and the opposite. So I don't think this is what they're doing. Can you be able to give me evidence that like specifically the price of goods that have a tariff
Realistically, no, I just thought a lot came up. And I'm not as prepared as you. I'm just coming up here with what I think, what this thing. I'm completely open to that. But like I said, I'm not too sure about it. I'm not the most knowledgeable about how to treat into this type of thing. But you can see. Gas prices have gone down. Oil has gone down. Well, for furniture goods, I do get the point. Vietnam and China are going down.
Did you know that core inflation is actually running?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Core inflation in terms of involved like that has run up. And the Federal Reserve has announced that they're actually going to slow the rate at which they're cutting interest rates because they're expecting more inflation. But I mean, if you go on Google and you just type in core inflation or look at any cohort that tracks, what you'll see is that it's gone up. Right? And if you're curious on like why maybe the price of some things were down for a little bit, it's because in the first quarter of this year, we almost went into a recession. Less people were buying less things because consumer confidence was down. And companies were buying more imports. Imports surged by 44% because of the threat of tariffs. We had more supply and less demand. So because of the threat of an onset of this recession, we like temporarily had some deflation, but now after that's leveled off in the second quarter of this year, and then now we've seen core inflation go up.
Could you spell that out? I can't tell what you're saying. The
core inflation. CORE.
Oh, CORE. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'll look that up.
Well, is there anything else you want to go over?
No, that's about it. I appreciate you.
Okay.
We're going to move on to the next section. We're going to make sure that this is 16 years old from American support Trump. We're looking for some really good conversations with some of y'all that support Trump about why you support Trump. So right now we have 10,000 people watching over on TikTok. Make sure that it's after learning that folks. So we don't push it right off the people. In fact, we're going to do a little bit of fun exercise real quick while we come to this next episode. So TikTok is actually waiting for repost lines. So if you push the share button, like most of you guys will see a brand new repost button. Hit that shit. It literally does nothing to you. It only sends the slide off like one people can spread. Welcome to do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, great, man. Let's hop into the thing and get with the chat. Quickly before we do, I got a couple people saying, first and foremost, M and J. Thank you both for the $50 donations. Those are not PayPal. Ann and J, that is absolutely wild. Thank you, Ann. Ann spelled Ann, and of course, so everybody, please show someone the Ann down below in the chat. That is literally so fucking much money. Thank you, Ann. And then J spelled J-A-Y. Show someone the J too. Ann didn't leave a message, but J did as well. Jay did. Jay, I'm going to go ahead and read that one myself. That was a little bit of a longer message, but thank you once again for your support yesterday. I did see that. I hope you have a great rest of your day today. Show some up to Jay and John Boy. Thank you both so very, very much. I'd also like to quickly thank Larry for the $10 over on PayPal. Larry with $10 says, you're such an inspiration. Thank you for spreading your knowledge to those that need it. Thank you for the love. Anyway, show some up to I'm going to wrap you all here shortly. I just want to allow you guys to start with that. Once again, thank you for sharing and huge love over there. Now, to take it away, why don't you support us? Donald Trump is president.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of his ideas align with my ideas as well. I think there's some evidence to support some of those ideas. Or I give you two off the top of my head. I think that. Okay, I got you.
There we go.
See everybody? Gotcha, thank you. So yeah, I think that DEI is inherently racist, and I think abortion is wrong.
Okay, DEI raises abortion rights. So we've actually been talking talking about abortion since we started this group, so hopefully we'll get that talk about some other things. So let's do that. Let me ask you a quick question. Like the traditionalists in the sense that you think the race should run
I think in a perfect world that'd be pretty cool, but I don't think we live in the economy of the world now to sort of support that.
Are you racist?
No.
Well, you just called DEI racist and what you just described as DEI. Right, from like your perception. Because like what you, Charlie, et cetera, about to say is that, well, we would work based upon well, I mean, I just asked you if you think that men and women should do particular things in society to get like gender. You said yes, right? So that is like a perfect application of your description of DEI, telling people what they should do about gender. And you said that DEI was racist and you support it, so it's your racist.
I said I don't support the DEI. And I said,
yes,
so.
You do. Yes, you do. And according to the, how DEI is described as for like you said that men should go to work because of their gender. Women should stay at home because of their gender. So what's the difference between this and your conception of how you think DEI is implemented by the left of saying, like this person should do this job because they're black or white, even though that's not necessarily true of how it works. That's what people do, and that's what matters for society.
I think that you're kind of attaching other people's ideas onto mine. I don't think you gave me a chance to take my version of it. You can't say I'm like Charlie Kirk. Never even met Charlie Kirk.
So how do you define it?
So I think that diversity, equity, and inclusion, I think it's not important to me to define things. I think we might agree on the definition somewhat. However, if you disagree with me on the definition at some point, just maybe clarify. You can definitely ask me. But I think I don't like how in a lot of ideas there's like a lot of good, but in practice, when it's actually rolled out, it doesn't really turn out that way. And that's not
practical application of
So what I mean is that a lot of people end up getting positions with the sort of idea of that you got to give them that help, and as if it's like it's inherently saying that we don't have our own skill sets, like out of our own merit, we can't get the jobs if we're in certain groups. So we need help. I think the idealism is on the left always has some sort of underlying like privileged outside looking in sort of viewpoint on people who are affected by it or who won't be as looking at it.
Well, I mean, sometimes what you're describing, what you think DEI is true. Sometimes, like, DEI is essentially giving people everything. Sometimes that's true. Like wheelchair ramps in the public buildings. That's a helping hand for disabled people in wheelchairs. Okay, that's not wrong. Like braille on bathroom signs in hospitals. That's DEI. That's giving them a helping hand. That's not wrong. Or you know, keyboards were originally designed for blind people. That was giving blind people. That's not racist. So, what exactly here about apparently giving people a helping hand is racist?
What is okay? So let me address that first, and I'll backtrack and answer another question about what you said. I think the undertones and things make it racist because racism is the idea that you're superior, you and a group is superior to your genetics and ethnicity background. And so I think there's a little bit of underhanded compliments or backhanded compliments in these sort of social programs. If you look, all these social programs are headed by mostly white people, historically, all the way up until now. There's mostly white people, and I will give you that America's majority white. However,
So
there's a
what
lot.
social programs do you think is racist?
Can I finish my train of thought?
Of course, I apologize for interrupting, but I still think it will work for this.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, there's always this idea of what racism is. It's always a question. And a lot of people talk about it in a bunch of different ways. And I think that racism isn't always loud and proud. I think racism is in like the sort of micro things that we do. I think in DEI, a lot of people try and act as if they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart, but what they really believe in their hearts, or their minds, I guess, is that some other people that are not them need a helping hand because they're not good enough in so many ways.
Can you give us an example of what you mean, social programs?
And so, okay, so let me tell you what I'm talking about. I don't think, for one thing, the wheelchair ramp example is a great example, because I don't think that's helpful. I don't think we try to attach the A onto it. I think that most people are not talking about that when we're talking about DEI. I think local, that's not really part of the conversation. I think that
Sorry, all I am giving you, and I'm doing so, because I've asked you a question. You're saying that some social programs are racist. Okay. Name a social program that you think is racist.
So defining one program as racist will make you think that I think there's something inherently wrong with the gist of what the definition of that would be like. If I say, for example, affirmative action, then if you say, okay, getting more, diversity in schools is not racist, I'd say that the idea behind giving someone a
Please, just name a social program that you think is racist.
is affirmative action not a social program?
Actually, no, it's not a social program. No, well, banned before Trump said
Okay, well, you give me an example of a parent social program.
Okay. Medicaid, Medicare, Social,
Who's there?
1 second, Social Security, Section 8, the VA program, the down payment assistance program, rent caps, subsidizing food production. On. These are the social programs.
Okay, so social programs like, let's say, food stamps, I think it incentivizes people not to work. I think most people on food stamps are actually white. However, I think the idea is that they drift towards people of color because they believe, like, on some level, oh, we got giving help because they're disenfranchised, they're affected by historical wrongdoings in America. But that's reinforcing a victimhood mentality rather than investing into Black businesses, rather than investing into Black neighborhoods, rather than investing into these marginalized communities. They try to give them a handout. But the saying goes, teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. And I think a lot of times when the voting kind of comes into question, they're a big election like presidential or an election for the state like governor, they always remind you of the left about how they give out food stamps. They say, hey, they're trying to take their food stamps away. Most times, policies never explicitly say, hey, we're going to end all of this. They always say, hey, here's the conditions. We're going to update these conditions on how to give these social programs Section 8 food stamps. As a person who's bear witness to this firsthand, who's lived with these social programs, been on food stamps, I've been around Section 8. I don't think I'm yapping. I'm giving you some personal experience. I don't think you can relate to my experience as hard as you can understand. Have you ever been with a social program before? You have? Which one? Why?
Because it's personal information.
Okay. So I'll tell you some personal information of mine. So y'all been on food stamps before. And I'm telling you that I believe that they try to use food stamps to say, hey, we give you this, therefore you ought to vote for me. They always drift to Black people. They always drift to people of color with all these social programs instead of actually investing into people.
So here's you think that food stamps incentivize people to be poor, and you think that talking about historical and body that question of black people you think that food stamps lift to black people. So in response to A,
Oh, that was a little crooked.
You literally have to work in order to claim food stamps. Wrong. You throw that out the window. Yes, the USDA I don't think it has to work. Now, B, saying that the expression of the fact that historical and current day reinforces the victim mentality. And all that you're saying is that it is true that black communities have been historically yeah. So, right. And then in response to your third point, saying that food stamps went to black people, I'm not even so sure what you mean by that. So if you want to kind of give us a little bit of an explanation of what you mean when you say that food stamps went to black people, that would be great.
So let me address what you said first. When you say you have to work on food stamps, you're not incentivized to get a higher paying job or education on food stamps because you literally just have to kind of just say, hey, I'm trying. You can put in job applications and not have a job and still get food stamps because I've been in that situation. Not me personally, but my parents. Yeah, I've been in that situation. So I know you don't have to be employed. You have to be seeking employment. There's also state.
What you just said is not true about charter. You have to be particular in order to receive benefits. Now about like state benefits, I'm sure that it's different. I'm sure that there is this. Now we're talking about
What were the requirements for food stamps?
I mean, I don't understand this is relevant to the original claim that food stamps are racist.
I said EI.
Oh yeah, even better. I don't even understand how this is relevant to your first one. You said
What's the exactly mean?
Intrinsically, like that's always the case.
By its nature, right?
By its nature.
So you agree that the Americans?
So it looks like the vague work requirements for food stamps are going to have to work 3 hours a month. Now there is we also work in qualifying work programs. Then there's exemptions for over a certain age, disability, etc. Under a certain age. And those are the vague gist of the requirements of the food stamps. But now I want to go back to a very specific thing. You said that food stamps went to black people. Okay, can you define real quick just so I can understand the statement?
They pander to, they lean toward.
Define pander?
Like specifically targeting a certain demographic.
Give me an idea of what you want to say target. What does that mean?
Well, when you take an idea, or excuse me, when you take something that is a talking point of, and this is not all the time, this is just one example. Take a talking point that a group of people have and make sure that you mention that talking point many times. Make sure that you keep that on the forefront of your mind. You're not pandering to those people because you're trying to get them in that.
So are you saying because they're trying to say that low-income Americans should be able to access food stamps, that panders to black people because black people are poor? Like, that's the best understanding of the argument that I can take around? Like, I've never seen a Democrat go on stage and say, hey, black people, we want to give you food stamps. I've never heard a Democrat say that in my life. You know, what I have heard Democrats say is, low-income Americans deserve access to these benefits right now. And you're saying that's pandering and targeting black people? So are you saying, all black people are poor?
Right. No one in their right mind is going to get up on stage and blatantly say something racist. Lots of people say things that are not
I'm
understood.
just going to ignore the racist. I just want to know what you would say. Democrats target black people and advocate for social safety nets for low-income individuals. And people do get on stage and say, Now,
Okay.
I want you to address this. How do Democrats advocating for social safety nets for low minorities like black people?
Because what would be better than giving people handouts would be trying to incentivize them to start businesses.
No, you're not answering my question. Saying that incentivizing people to start businesses is smarter than food stamps. It's not asking my question on how the fuck are Democrats pandering to black people when they say that low income Americans should be able to access food stamps. You're not answering my question. Right?
When you were talking about the requirements for federal food stamps, let me ask you, and this is relevant to your question, so that's why I'm asking.
I don't see any relevance to that.
Thank you. So, what about people who are unemployed with children? Do they
Not relevant.
I think it's relevant because there are a lot of single black mothers in the black community that have multiple children and are not employed and are receiving benefits. And they pretty much say, hey, that's how you feed your kids. But what it looks like is, from a personal level, when you actually are sitting there staring in the face, you see a lot of people just having kids to keep getting these social programs, these welfare systems.
Oh, okay. So it's funny because you've been talking about racism since the moment you joined. The only thing racist that has been said yet is true is you suggesting that low-income Black Americans are more likely to exploit the qualifications of social safety nets than low-income Black Americans. I can't even believe this. And it wasn't like specifically Black Americans. It was more specifically Black Americans. So in other words, it's not just racist. You're telling us that you think that low-income Black women are more likely to exploit social safety nets than any other group of people. That's
What experience do you have with me? I came out of a black woman and I can tell me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Even if your mother is Black woman, you have absolutely no fucking right to talk about it all Black women. And actually, without arguing, that because your mother is a Black woman, you should fucking know.
What am I supposed to know exactly? Because I don't have the experience of being black, someone being black at all. So that's one of the things that I'm kind of going through with people on your side with. You don't have the right to tell me what I should know and what I ought to say to you.
I absolutely, I completely, 110% agree that white individuals are just simply not going to know those categories of Black and American. Okay, and I'll acknowledge that I just simply can't. Okay, but that doesn't mean that I cannot tell you that you are wrong when you start talking about how much all Black women suck. I think that there is the confines to what white people can and cannot say about their claims on behalf of Black men. But I think something that white people can say is that it is wrong to target, discriminate, and prosecute all Black women. And if now you're telling me that basically you are now rejecting my argument that you are doing something wrong by targeting all Black women in America because I'm white. I mean, this seems to kind of be in contradiction of what you came up here saying, right? Because this whole time you've been saying that something about how you basically think that all people are equal, we can all just talk about everything, and we shouldn't be giving preferential treatment or treatment that is different than race, right? For the color line, right? And I think that there's a lot of problems with the color line because I think this is a question I feel although everybody is trust, but now you're just rejecting my argument that all Black women don't suck because of white.
So I don't understand how you can say all that really with that you don't have any experience of the position of being black. So I'm offering you an example of white issues. Now I'm trying to throw this whole ongoing black from the bus. I'm telling you firsthand that I see something that's a big one, and I know what the cost of it is. Anyone who's incentivized to do something,
You have the mic.
all right, can you give me a minute, 30 seconds?
Are you driving?
No, I'm at a computer actually.
So, I mean, I think where we're at now is like you're making the argument that low income Black Americans are disproportionately likely to exploit social safety nets. And you know, I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, that is like the example, like in terms of bigger than discrimination and prosecution, like Black Americans. I'm not sure what it's again, there's a lot of shit that I can't say 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to move on to the next list. Everyone's just give us a minute. We're going to make sure that we're going to move on right now. We're going to give us minutes to get that next list up in the box here. Open that, we're going to go to the chat. And speaking of Eladia, thank you so much for the $100 donation over on YouTube. Series at Eladia. Thank you so much, Eladia. Let's get 1,000 Eladia W's down below in that comment section. Thank you, Eladia. Thank you so much. Eladia says, made it out to your state finally, cheering you on from Vail. Eladia, I hope that you enjoy Vail. It is so beautiful there. I love it so much. So everyone, please, let's get 1,000 Eladia W's down below. Let's also get 200 Megan W's down below for the $20 super chat. Megan, didn't leave a message. Just Megan, know that I appreciate you. I appreciate you and Eladia. Once again, Eladia, I do not fucking deserve that $100 donation. Holy shit, that's thank you. As well as Kelly, welcome to the Trump.
No, I just wanted to say thank you for saying what you said to the last person. I'm a Black female, Black mother, sister, daughter, all the things, and he thinks my comment said I'm Black and I can say it, and boy, bye. And I'm glad you come up because the representation is, oh my God.
Kelly, I love you. You're an icon. I think you have the greatest of the day. I appreciate you for coming.
All right, thank you.
We're gonna move on to the next step, y'all. We're gonna move on to the next step, everybody. Just give us a minute to get that next step for the into the screen. Y'all keep it on WR just so we can have some debates with Trump supporters. If you're watching and that's you, you're a Trump supporter, let me know down below if you pulled up. Let's go to try to get that next step. If you're a person that I think that obviously welcome in, Katie. This is for Trump.
Yeah, age 19, 2002.
Here we go, everyone. Give us a minute. Give us a minute, you guys. And yo, Roger! Thank you for the $21 donation over on Venmo, man. Thank you so much. Roger, thank you for seriously, twice your age and I feel smarter every time I watch you get thanks to you. Well, thank you, Roger, for being here. Thank you for the compliment. I love reading these messages. You guys are awesome. This is another line. Thank you. As well as I took up really involved in this. Yes, sir. My age is 2006. January 19th. All right, guys, you be 19. Let me go and thank one more person before we hop into the vote. See what you can click now. Sid, 16 minutes ago, $75. That is so much. Holy, thank you. I want to get 1,000 Sid W's down below in the comment section while we hop into the vote. I could love it. So seriously, thank you. They're so fucking kind. Sid says, Dean, layers for me up for the first time ever. Because I feel like I'll never watch you live on your face like you all. I will. You know what? This is a little bit of a layer for me. I'm loving it. Thank you for being here. I'm happy that you finally have to touch it out. Thank you for the $75. We'll have other donations up on the last year. We're going to go let Mr. Put up with this stuff. Show some of his Sid. Right down in the comment section. I think that is a takeaway. Why is this?
Hey, so what I kind of want to get into specific policies that pro-black community. So pretty much what I'd like to start off with is I think the reason why Mr. Valley people decided to run is mainly because of the idea that case, valid consciousness overall. I mean, just the potential of being conscious, I feel like that should be the main reason why people should be pro-life. I mean, I don't really understand why everybody's talking about it, you know? Because at the end of the day, consciousness is really what defines or differentiates us around these. I thought we should value the human life and animal life. You know what I mean?
Well, I can be very curious that you probably don't know the response. But the same questions would apply to us. But, like, for instance, a pig is just as so is a 3-year-old father.
Yeah, but the difference is that pig isn't gonna surpass that, if you will.
And what if this 3-year-old toddler has terminal brain cancer in 2 months away? I mean, that's dark, but it's definitely like way too bad.
I mean, wouldn't you want to find something? I don't really understand how
Did you
that.
just call a child it? Did you just call a 3-year-old toddler with brain cancer it?
I mean, we're not talking about a specific person here, so, I mean, I guess I can refer to it as a kid, it's not actually.
No, you cannot refer to toddlers with brain cancer with humans to live kids. No.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to, I don't really talking about.
Wait, what? 3-year-old toddlers with brain cancer, not people?
That's not what I'm saying at all, the reason I'm not gonna refer to that.
Listen, you think of it, what should we do then? I'm not targeting you, so I want to ask you a question. Do you think everything's influencing should be access abortion?
Obviously, yeah. I mean, you get between rape and the difference between somebody willing to have unprotected sex is that the unprotected, the person with unprotected sex, right, is still captured in a way that,
The difference is consent.
yeah,
I'll just put it that way. I want to ask you a question. So you're telling us that you value consciousness. You think that consciousness right today, but you think that it's so valuable that you're willing to extinguish that.
I mean, something that can develop the same amount of consciousness as human.
So you're saying consciousness is just like life of
Sorry,
you're saying that consciousness is like
yes.
not life. Yes. Think about it this way. Would we say that being 18 is the right to consent to sex? Therefore, we're going to give 10-year-olds the right to consent to sex. They could possibly be 18. Do we say that? Or do we say that you have to actually be 18 before you get the right to consent to sex?
Okay, so I think mainly what I'm talking about or learning about is just the right to live. I mean, sex is something completely different from being alive, obviously.
But the relevance is identifying the traits, attributes that grant rights, and how you never will grant that right until they actually have that attribute. Okay? Like 18 with sex, I think should be 21 with drinking alcohol. We could go on all day long. You have to actually possess the trait in order to be granted the right. So I think we should do the same thing with consciousness. They should actually be conscious, right? Until they get the right spot. Meaning that they should get that right to life.
Ugh, damn it.
Consciousness. But they shouldn't get
I hate when Oracle does that. I gotta remind myself to shake it out before I do it.
You don't really value once the person's alive.
and sperm, egg, food, unicellular zygote. They have the same level of potentiality to be conscious in the future as a fetus at 20 weeks. But are we seriously going to say that a single unicellular organism has the right to life? Are we going to say that it's murder to kill a unicellular organism? Absolutely, right? Even though it has that potentiality to be conscious in the future. So that's why we shouldn't give rights based upon potential consciousness.
Unicellular organism. So, if a unicellular organism actually had the time to fucking grow and flourish and actually accumulate, I would say, yeah, we should let it fucking go. I mean,
What do you say that we should legally force people from like killing to stop killing unicellular organisms? That we should bring down the knife and fist of the American criminal justice system and send people to jail for 25 to life if they kill a unicellular organism?
I mean, the thing is, you're making it sound as if like it's a little fucking micro, right?
I am, because it is.
I mean, yeah, but the difference between a micro and a fucking little baby fetus is that a fetus is actually has potential to grow into something.
No, the micro, the zygote has that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the difference between
So it's not a difference.
What do you mean?
If they both have it, then it's not the difference. The difference is something. In order to make a difference. They're the same. Really, really different. They both have the same. This isn't a difference. Like if me and my girlfriend both wear blue shoes, the color of the shoes is not a difference. Just like they could both decide that the fetus have the abilities and consciousness of future. The abilities and consciousness is not a difference. The fetus has it.
Okay, so what I think personally is I believe that a zygote can be a pre-stage fetus, right?
Zygote being the first stage of human development.
Yes. So the zygote grows into the fetus. I believe that the zygote should also have a right to live.
So if I kill a unicellular organism,
If you kill I mean, it depends. If the unicellular organism is going to grow into a baby, then I feel like that baby, that zygote should have a right to life.
you're not telling me that we're murdering it. That's the question.
Yeah, it's like they're moving.
Should murderers go to jail?
Yes, murder should go to jail.
Okay, so if I kill a unicellular organism,
Pretty much. If it's going to grow into human, yeah.
do you believe that like serial killers that are going to do this
Yeah. I mean, what you described pretty much.
So if I kill 4 unicellular zygotes, you'd be perfectly fine.
I mean, like, let's put it.
Every 4 counts of murder. More than murder. Come on, no, you just got shot. You got absolutely not. You just told us that you're okay with serial killers. No, you're answering my question. I'm not answering your question.
Yeah, I did.
So if I kill 4 unicellular organisms, you'd be okay with the state unalive?
With the potential growing into human.
You'd be okay with the state since
The same way that if you kill a pregnant
Wait, just go. I just want to be clear. You'd be okay with me being sentenced to death for killing 4 unicellular organisms.
I mean, depends what if you're talking about abortion.
No, I'm talking about me looking at a zygote, going bam, and it's dead. If I do that 4 times in a row, we've already discussed, we've already concluded that I'm a 4-count murderer. And you told us that you're okay with seeing serial killers, which is death, and you define the serial killer as anything more than a 3-count murderer, so that they do a serial killer. If I go, well, bam, 4 zygotes, then you'd be okay with me being sentenced to death.
I mean, let's put it in perspective.
No, I just want a yes or no. I just
feel
I
about
just
the
want
money?
a yes or no. Fields. Yes or no, please. I guess you can't answer yes or no. I didn't really think that. All undue. Answer the question. Yes, I said yes. So yeah, pro-life is a 2025. I think that you should see that. There's two people that have been leaving the thing over on Venmo. This is from 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. Jenny donated $50 over on Venmo. Jenny,
You know I love her join. You know I love her join. Let's go.
okay,
Let's debate on. Let's debate.
Okay, let's wait. I don't know if I remember you. I'm going to have a conversation. I finish thanking Jenny real quick.
Called you Harry. Remember you? You know.
A lot of old and older people call me that.
Well, I'm not good. I'm not do that.
Okay, great.
Go ahead.
All right, let me finish thanking Jimmy real quick. Jimmy, thank you for $50 donation over on the appreciate you. Now that is Jake and I. Let's get 500 Jimmy copies down below in the comment section. Thank you so much. Jimmy says you give me help in the future. Jimmy, it is so kind. That is so really one of the best compliments. So that means more to me. Let's see 500 Jimmy copies down below. And also Emily with a $50 over on the phone. Emily says I've been listening and learning from you for years.
Let me fix this
Emily,
hand.
thank you for taking the time to educate yourself and thank you for taking the time to educate yourself. You are a huge shout out to Emily too. I think she's cool. And also, we got products.
I like that.
Some smudges I gotta fix. What?
I said, it's good. Bring them up. Look at the 50s, didn't
Okay, I'll let you talk to you. You know, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. We're going to take a quick detour from the regularly scheduled programming because Cody wanted to talk to you.
What's up, Cody? What's up, buddy? How you doing? So, we're talking about, everybody's talking about pro-abortion.
Wait, why did you ignore comments? Are you not?
Well, Cody, I'm gonna go ahead and just set the record straight. I'm not a political man or speaking on topics. You know, I'm just kind of me and me are growing a bond here. So I'm kind of Dean's political guy. I'm Dean's political guy. I sense that Dean's still stretching. I come in here and I kind of break it up, kind of ease the tension. You know, kind of get the chat some charisma, Dean some charisma.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
I appreciate that, Cody. So yeah, Cody, I mean, you can go ahead and speak, man. I'm just gonna listen.
Dude, let's do you talk about what you was talking about with the last character there.
No, I will not be using the interruption.
Man, we want to debate about that. Let's do it.
Sure. You know what? I'll start this. I usually let the other people start it. I will start it. Here's my question.
Yes, sir.
Are you a patriot?
Yes.
Okay, all right. You're part of what you gotta say about this guy being a patriot.
Alright, hey Cody, that's what you fuck with.
Yeah,
That's what you
that's what you fuck with, Cody. Now listen, Cody.
Now listen, patriot, now when you describe patriot, are you saying while I fight for my country or while I stand down?
Well, I'm gonna ask you both. So you're telling us that you're a patriot. Here's the next question. Would you say that in order to be a patriot, you have to care and respect, care for and respect core American values, like the American concept?
Yes, I would.
Okay. So because you're patriot, you have a lot of respect for the Constitution. Would you ever, and I mean ever, support a president that has literally tried to terminate parts of the Constitution?
Okay, now,
Illegally.
what part, okay, so you're gonna bring that up, but what parts of the Constitution are you saying?
For sure, I got you. One of the most fundamental amendments to the U.S. Constitution. Something such as the 14th Amendment, whose ratification literally ended the Civil War and tried to introduce equality for everybody in the country, including black women. That didn't end up working out because voters were separately moved to be born, but tried to introduce more equality for everybody in America. Okay, gave people their rightful claim to birthright citizenship, which is a common law for all of American history, even before American history. Europe, which was born on the soil of the subject, and the dawn of a new era of more equality in this country.
Let that dry for a minute. I'm gonna come right back. I got some ink blots I need to dry out before I go into the actual finished lines
No, at that point,
and value.
Donald Trump has not ever said that he is on that, like what you're saying right there, that 14. Like you're saying, here's what you're saying. You're saying, literally, he's saying that, okay, you're born in America, you're not going to be part of America. That's what you're saying. But he has never flipped on that at all. He has said, if you're being born in America, you're already born. Make sure you're born in America.
So, actually, on January 20th, he passed the executive order and I don't executive order that explicitly contradicted and tried to roll it back. Because earlier when I asked you a question, well, Donald Trump
Okay. Sir, can you pull that up? I'll make sure.
Dean, I think he wants that.
Connor said
I need you to prove that because
Yeah,
you're not.
get the fact check over here. I think that's what he wants.
Yeah, I want a fact check and then if not, I'll pull it up. So we'll fact check it. Because you don't know what's really reading on the internet. But on one.
why do.
No, well, you really don't, because there's so much stuff in there on the internet, it's not funny. But pull it up on a big screen and we'll, if you know, if I can, you can start on your personal screen, the big screen, yeah, we're gonna need some big facts. Yeah, we want that a big fact check. Pull that, like he said, like, I like him already. Pull it up on the big facts. Appreciate the kind work, Cody. Yes, sir. Pull it up with some big facts.
Okay.
I don't need to or not need to, sorry.
I don't know why I still have Connor up here.
No, keep me. I was gonna leave you. Like he said, when you know it's fast, yeah, I do. Exactly. Hold it up. Thank you. Hold it up on the big screen. Those are facts. You can't just go and you gotta do that. When you go and say, well, I know that for a fact. You can't prove it for a fact. There's a big difference. There's quite a big difference. And then also, when you talk about somebody like that, it's called slander. So don't slander somebody's name without having the facts. You're a slander tolerated.
I've been working on getting this pulled up. And somehow while I'm working on getting this pulled up, like walked the way to select other. Yeah. So here is like a relevant screenshot. And I'll tell you why this is a relevant screenshot. As soon as I can get that. So this is the JPDeshong coming from WhiteHouse.gov. This is a publication from the White House about protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship. And this is an article post on WhiteHouse.gov, which literally just outlines executive order on protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship. And this executive order, right, aimed to ban birthright citizenship.
Well, sir, you just pulled up. You didn't pull up nothing that shows that. You just pulled up a screenshot of the American citizenship.
Listen, okay, fine. I'll have to take multiple screenshots. But can I just read it to you without putting the screenshot on the screen?
I mean, you're almost slandering somebody if you do that. You're just like you're slandering me. I would not slander you.
I just don't want to go through
I select that, Cody. I listen, I do not slander you. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate your thoughts, but I do not slander you.
You pull up the actual article. Go to the people in your and then
Hey, dude,
it's not work. That's your job. Your job is what you do. So show us.
we're gonna have to go through multiple screenshots.
Let's go through it.
Yeah, I'm just by the authority vested in as president of the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered that such a purpose of President of the United States Constitution and Constitution of 14 United States, all presidents of the United States, and the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction of all provision rightly is repeated in the Supreme Court of the United States, shameful decision of grants transfer, which looks up into the Constitution, and it's to people after the from eligible for has never been interpreted to extend citizenship to present every you might like to keep up with
So that was just people. All I heard was little Africa they said.
well, I know because we have to go through the full executive order. Like that was just one part of it, which is all the.
Sir, I think there's slander in that on that part.
Yeah. You have the big facts.
I mean, you want to. You can't come on with the facts. Okay, don't pull me off, because listen, when you do that, you better pull me up to big facts. I will sit here and let you make all the money you love off line, but you want to pull the big facts up before you slander me.
Hunter, look at what you did. Look at what you did.
They're slandering.
Look at what fucking Connor did.
The contradict is contradicted. Go ahead. Connor is held in the fact that says you're slandering slave thing.
Oh, fucking, you are making So,
Yes, I am. Make you work. I will make you work for your money. Yes, I will. And I appreciate it, sir. You are good at what you do. You are good at what you do. You will have to work for your money. And I'll give you money for you prove facts. But if you look, you got some people here. Are you fine giving you money? Okay, I'm just here to say. I'm just here to give you viewers and to say, well, let's just see what you can prove and what you can prove me wrong. Last time I got dropped off your live, you dropped me off last week.
So,
no, you're not, because I'm proving you wrong.
yeah. So, yeah, Google.
Yes, I do. Go on to another topic. Let's go on to another topic.
No, we're talking about the money. What? There's no proof of actually. It's like you can see them. What?
There's no. Okay. Everyone wants to talk about Donald Trump and everything else. Everyone wants to talk about how he was there. There's been no releases how he was on everything Donald.
We'll talk about conversation about those books. So here's what you can look up executive order number 14163. You can executive order with the handbook of citizenship. You can also go to
It does not read American soil. It is when you're born in America, it does not say you will not be an American citizen. And I've done read that, and I told you to pull it up, prove it. You cannot prove it. I've done read all. If you're born in America, you are an American citizen. I mean, it's law. And if you want to prove it, you can pull it up to your viewers. You can pull it up to everywhere else, but you're not going to pull it up to me because you can't pull it up.
So go to what? Because it bans birthplace citizenship and instruction. That's what courts have locked the executive. So I don't understand why they would block the executive order.
No, you can't pull it up. What you say?
I can't pull it up because I already have to go, but
I'm
reading them. Among the categories of individuals born in the United States and subject to jurisdiction, the privilege of the United States citizenship is not automatically extended to persons born in the United States. One, which person's mother was an unlawful unlocking the presence of the United States in the public. Two, the person's mother's presence in the United States at the time of the person's birth, that's fine, that's okay. So, in other words, yeah, that is the text of this example where number 14160, that is random, my first grade citizenship in school number 2, the children of undocumented villages, the children of undocumented, false interpretation.
Sir, I do not want to read off of, I've not read any document on that. Clearly, I told you to pull it up, you won't pull it up. I mean, I've not read any document on that. At that point, you're just slandering.
No, that's not slander. I read that off of WhiteHouse.gov.
Okay, then like I said, pull it up. I mean, you're not pulling that up. That's not true. That's
How much good of that?
never. Listen, if you're born in America, you an American citizen. It's always going to be that way. It will not change.
Boom!
Change.
Boom! Boom! Look at that! Look at that! Here is literally the paragraph that I just read that you called slander. This is the paragraph that I just read. I know you already heard it. This is what I just read. This is word for word what I just read.
There's just one of those. Instead the person born in the United States, when the person's mother was unlawfully president of the United States. I'll leave it at that. The father was not had such sense. Okay, what? I mean that's all. Okay, you're reading something that has been a law for 40 years.
No, that is brand new. That is brand new. What?
Pull that data for the student. That has always been.
Look at, okay, are you ready? I'm gonna change the screenshot now. Just let me know that you're looking at what you see on the screen. Are you ready?
I'm looking.
Okay. What is the date on the title? What is the date?
January 20th, 2025.
I have a question. Was January 20th, 2025 4 years ago or like 5 months?
Listen, I don't know who puts that stuff on that document.
Trump. That is Trump's executive order.
You can literally ask Trump in the White House where he will not say that it's not law. He will really not. Look, sir.
Read off the URL. Read that off.
WhiteHouse.gov, presidential action. But you still, listen, you know who writes that shit on there? I mean, really? You know who writes that?
The URL tells us.
I believe
Presidential action.
I almost sometimes believe that you believe Hillary Clinton didn't delete her emails. I mean, would you believe that? You want to pull that up?
We're not talking about this.
Listen, I'm talking
We need to bring some players and it into the conversation.
You said, okay, your whole title was, how do you still support Trump?
I'm sorry. That was really funny. I'm sorry. Listen, we gotta listen to that. I'm sorry. I found that that was really funny. Let's listen to this. Give it a
Good.
brand new. That is brand
No,
new.
it's not.
What?
Pull that data for the student. That has always been.
Look at. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna change the screenshot now. Just let me know that you're looking at what you see on the screen. Are you ready?
I'm looking.
Okay. What is the date on the title? What is the date?
January 20th, 2025.
I have a question. Is January 20th, 2025 4 years ago or like 5 months?
Listen, I don't know who puts that stuff on that document. Listen, that
Trump. That is Trump's executive order.
you can literally ask Trump in the White House where he will not say that it's not a law.
What?
He will really not. Look, sir.
Read off Read off the URL. Read that off.
WhiteHouse.gov. Presidential action.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are your thoughts.
So, like, your thoughts are now like you said it wasn't by itself.
Right.
You know, like, what outside of which like what are your thoughts?
Let's ink this thing.
Trump does not write that on. I took over the White House page.
Okay. You know what?
So that's not.
You know what?
That's not really.
You know what? Sure.
Sure.
I agree that Donald Trump does not write his own executive orders. He tells other people to do it for him. But at the end of the day, it's still his executive order.
So, do you know that because you work for the White House, or?
No, I know that because he put his signature on it and signed it into the law.
Well, no, you know, because you didn't show one part where you said.
Actually,
Did you
yes.
show one part where you said?
Actually, yes, we
Did you
do.
show one part where he had his signature on it?
All executive orders have the president's signature on it. That's the nature of executive orders.
Yeah, but it didn't have no signature on it.
I bet I can find a picture. It's so crazy, but I bet I can literally find a picture.
But do you know how many secretaries sign a signature? Just a late.
I hate to be that guy. I really hate to be the guy. Like, this is terrible for you. This is so bad for you. But like, it was like public. It was like a public like press conference on his first day in office, and we signed all these deals. We literally, literally, yeah, I tell you, very much so literally have a picture of him turning the signature.
Sir, you cannot change that kind of law even as a president. You should know that as well.
I'm sorry, you're saying that
You cannot change that law.
exactly. That's why it was really that's why I should try to.
That's what people want to change that law as well as I do. You should know that.
Like, you can't read, that's why the courts have blocked you, right?
I mean, if that was really posted by him, I mean, I don't follow him like my girlfriend, but I mean, if he really did post that, it definitely got blocked. I would have read
It did get blocked. Yes, the courts did block it.
Well, like I said, his presidential signature would have been on it. If not, it would have been his secretary.
It did have the signature.
I mean, I watched him sign a lot of things, but I did not watch him sign anything about being born in America.
Wow, this is crazy. Do you want to know what we're actually about to like watch? Oh wow. Oh, this is brutal. Everybody, I can't even believe that this is happening right now. Holy crap. What's that? So there's actually like a video of him signing it. There's a video of him explicitly signing this executive order into law. This one specifically. This one specifically, there's a video of him signing this.
Out of the World Health Organization, the U.S. is the largest funder of WHO, which monitors around the world. Now, as we mentioned, President Trump signed an executive order tonight that attempts to make the first right citizenship in the United States. That right is guaranteed by the Constitution. The 14th Amendment states
So this right here is a video of him literally signing.
that right is guaranteed by the Constitution. The 14th Amendment states anyone born in the United States is an American citizen, but President Trump wants to exclude children born in Canada who enter this country illegally.
Exclude children. Just say exclude children. I didn't know. Did you hear that?
Right, exclude children born on American soil from being citizens.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Do you not agree on one thing? Like, if people overpopulate America, overpopulate.
Oh, there you go.
If we overpopulate, if we overpopulate, what would happen to our food sources, everything that we got going on would happen?
Everybody reads this in live performance of the MAGA liberal forces. Let's
That could have been AI. That could have been AI. You don't know that. You'd have to really prove that could have been AI. You know it could have been. There's so much AI out there. It's could have been AI.
What proves that it wasn't AI is that the executive order is literally. I'm sorry. I need to think a little bit more about that divorce. Okay, I just need a second.
I like to say, once two brains know this one another, once two brains know one another, it's very fun.
No, absolutely. Okay. So, Cody, the reason that can't be AI is because you just read that new executive order on whitehouse.gov. Another reason why that can't be AI is because CBS or whatever was not the only media organization recording his signing of all these executive orders. So was Fox, so was CNN, so was ABC, so was MSNBC, so was so was all of the major topics in America. Another reason why that can't be AI is because the children of undocumented immigrants were actually the United States once before real, not fake, not AI courts, real courts overturned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you bring up any children that have been born since then that was denied their citizen rights?
Any child born to undocumented immigrants who were around January 20th until like the start of April, people were going to judge issues and issues on the judgment retroactive.
Can you actually bring that up though?
Yeah,
Any child?
Anyone?
No, anyone, a child period that was denied American, that was born there.
I don't personally know any undocumented immigrants a child in this country like January 20th.
Okay, so you can't actually bring that fact up. There's another fact.
Obviously, you can't name one. Right? Can you name a book?
You want to show all the
No.
You want to show all the
Can you name a book? I mean, that books don't exist. Dr. Seuss is a book. That's a book. Dude, he's an author. Dr. Seuss is an author, but Dr. Seuss is not. It's crazy. What?
What are you going to say? 50 Shades of Grey. Now, the real book I will say is the Bible.
Wow, 50 Shades of Grey is that. It's quite the juxtaposition. You know, I'll tell you, I'm going to drop that. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next guys here.
My brush is shot.
What a ridiculous guy. What a ridiculous guy. Chad, I'm better. I was better. There was no good. I'm sorry. And I mean this. We're about like 2 hours. That is it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for doing it. We got the next question. Everyone, I do have a couple of others to get to. Let's make sure that we get that in the So, real quick, Walter, I'm going to send you the question. Let's go. East Coast Trump.
Yes, sir.
All right, before we got into the debate, I had a handful of people say, Anon, Anonymous, thank you so much for the $200 donation over on PayPal. Anon, thank you so much for the love and the very kind of you. Well, thank you for the very, very, very kind. He's the world team. Thank you so much for the $200 donation. Everybody got a donation from that Anon. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the love. Make sure that we're showing someone taking that. Seriously. Well, Sasha, thank you for $10. I appreciate you so much for the love, Sasha. Sasha says, just a thought, but I'll never understand the push for forced pregnancy while we have this idiot social safety and stuff program. Yeah, literally ensure that this kid is going to get this on responsibility. Good thought. Thank you for the $10. Just enough that anyone can talk about it all. But Alessandra, thank you for the $75 donation over on PayPal. Now, I typically would give Alessandra like $750, you know, $750 I actually went out and made like 10,000 fucking Alessandra Gardens that were in the chat because she said the remember. We're officially at $1,000. It's gonna start the baby routine now. Dude, thank you so much for all of your love. I mean, like $1,000 is a whole is like fucking amazing. I do not. So let's all do discussion about it. It's a very special one. And that's really cool. I hope you do so. You watched the kids in the live stream, so I know you guys do. As well as Angela, thank you for the $10 over the finance. She says big fast. Thank you, Angela. As well as Tyler with the $2. Thank you, Tyler. And then Blair with the $10 for the big fast. Thank you for the $100. Blair, thank you. I love you. Thank you for the $10. There's so much to Blair down below. And then Eduardo, thank you so much for the $20 over on PayPal. Shane Richardson on his finest ladies and gents. Oh, definitely Eduardo. Thank you for the $20. It means the world. Huge shout out to Eduardo. And then Jasmine with the 10 years ago with the 5. Thank you all so much for these comments. Let's make sure we're also kind of over on video before we hop into the next video quickly. Thank you, Samantha, with the $10. So he not making my name, he actually got the company's water bottle. Yes, so we did the fundraiser last month. We secured like 57 bucks. All of it was, thank you very much. And then Libby, thank you for the $50. Same for the demands you work for like I'm sorry, thank you for the $50. That's so kind of you. Thanks so much, man. It's 500 down there. It's not sure thank you for the $10 over there. Say that you guys stop spending. No. And Darlene, $2.95. Seriously, you guys, thank you for so much $2 for take it away.
Hey, Dean, how you doing? I just pulled up this road. That's good. Sorry, I got like bad service. That was kind of late. Let me interrupt. I just pulled up this radio, and I gotta get up on my shit radio and stuff, so I don't have a lot of time to talk. But I'll tell you why I support them. I drive a lot to get to these radios, and so the price of diesel really is like probably my biggest expense. Diesel is. And just plain and simple, like the last 4 years, like prior to Trump being in office, I did not spend less than $3 a gallon one time. It was high, right? And now Trump being in office, however long, I've spent $3 on diesel, or under $3 on diesel. Most times I feel that. At least around.
Okay, so here's the deal. When this obviously like the drop in price of gas, when we see it, it's because it was reported this year, we almost put into a fucking reaction. And that's the oil that we use. Only because we momentarily want to use it. We've actually seen a huge increase, which we would expect to increase. And the reason I say this is because the reason we didn't work the gas or diesel over that grocery station was because we had cut off Russia. We stopped buying their oil. We as a class in pieces. So now that imports have also been one of the second.
Okay. So prior to driving vehicles, so from like 2016 to like 2020, I was also paying like, under $3 a gallon for diesel, which I understand not taking import from Russia is a good thing. But I would say that Trump did have a better relationship with Russia, which I'm not saying like we need to be like in bed with or anything, right? But like, it's not bad to be what's the word, or fucking not.
We're still saying
So another reason why I support Trump, housing, right? I had some shit pulled up. That's my bad. Interest rates for housing were higher under Biden, lower under Trump. Like, right. Would they?
Yes, the chairman of the Fed, no matter. So you're going to cut the rates, which we have 20 rates, as a government. We expect what you do.
That's crazy. So, oh, that's crazy. You got any reasons why I should not support Trump?
Yeah, for sure. You also lie.
When did he get access to the SD cards? May?
And he's going to be joking.
Dang, that's great.
That's always.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, no, I think definitely should release that in 6th grade.
Another reason why we should support you is maybe because it's more like the program that people get, which is just after that. Reverse robbery for something you should want.
So what about like inheritance tax? Is that not like kind of in the
I don't know.
I never know.
I mean, if it reduced the tax, something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm like broke as hell, but my grandpa just died, and I inherited some ground, right, like a family farm. And if inheritance tax was still in effect, I would not have been able to.
Oh, okay, actually,
That's pretty.
I see it's good. So, like prior to now, it's
If you're on, so you're exempt if you're older.
yeah, but that's what it says is good taxes. Or honestly, I don't know. If I did that, you're exempt from the or, all the elections out to that country. I'm not sure. I'm not. But like, either way, like, you collecting something like, either way, regardless if that's like the minimum threshold, over that many taxes, well, I assume your grandpa wasn't worth that much, unless he was. Now, if he was worth that much, okay, yeah, exactly. So even if that's true, that's what I'm asking. And then if it is the case that your existing taxes are everything under that, which is more likely, it seems like you're going to take on it regardless of the tax.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go. Well, you're putting that. Man, I'm going to move on to the next one.
Sounds good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty knowledgeable for like being able to income tax rate, but that question, we're going to move on to the next question. Everyone just give us a minute to be on the queue and make sure that you support product. And Trump is going to join up with it. What's going on before Trump?
Not really.
Boom! Get through it. Just go to the top. Moving on to the next guest is JPDeshong guy loaded up. Also, quickly, Mary! Thank you so much for the $55 donation over on PayPal, Mary. Thank you so much for everybody watching. Show some more for Mary down the road. $55, Mary. Hey, you want to put this on your radar, this is in Nashville. This state has a Tesla on the tunnel from the airport to downtown on South Governor Lee Block, the Democratic representative, Justin Jones, who reps that district from the state of this. Working super shows. Tennessee always has a bit of trade in the United States. Thank you for showing all that you do. Well, appreciate you for putting that on my radar, Mary. Thank you for the love, and thank you for being here. Everybody, please show some love to Mary down below in the chat. Let's see so much for you. As well as Abigail. Thank you so much for the $50 a little bit of information. Thank you, Abigail. Everybody watching, show some love to Abigail down below in the chat. James with $5, I appreciate you so much for watching. You guys. As well as Ike with $5 over YouTube chat. Thank you for that, Ike. As well as Andrew, others, and Chad. Take it away. Why are you still here?
Hi, Dean. How's it going?
You know what? I'm doing.
That's good, man. This is really nice to meet you. So I'm kind of a little nervous. As I guess expected. I have a just I do support Trump. I have a question for you. So you would say that is like, or I guess everything does. Sorry. There's that it supports the like top 1% of the country.
Everything that he does?
No, like, I'm sorry. Like, well, just whatever. He supports it. Take a breath.
Here, take your time, man. I get it. Like I was telling you, I guess a little bit ago. When I first started streaming, I was like 45 I don't understand what people think.
Yeah, so he does it brings a lot of the top. So I guess like they do you know what I'm trying to say here?
Like like this proportion by
Okay, yes, I guess that's what I was trying to say. So this, I don't want to sound like cocky or anything. I don't, if this sounds awful, but so like my dad, I'm not going to say how much, but like he makes over $750. I'm not going to say exactly how much. Like, do you think that I'm wrong for supporting him if it helps my family out?
Absolutely. Yes. His brother makes over $750,000. Right? If Donald Trump is going to go to pass, he pays 2 or 3 at that point, that much money doesn't significantly increase the quality of himself or the quality of water. However, the reductions do not pass it. The bottom 50% will significant. Shit. So, to force millions of Americans to be subject to mistreatment and a lower quality of life, significantly worse conditions in circumstances, so for them to country, and I doubt that you would reap any material benefits of that increases the quality of life, increases the back and not the activity. It is wrong.
Yes, sir. I apologize. I'm not extremely knowledgeable on it all, but I would watch your stream and I would read saying that if this top 1% giving it like $500,000 a year, and I just assumed, I guess, for my family, I've been doing what's best for it, but I completely understand where you're coming from.
Well, like, I understand what you're saying. But when it is best for the country, this is
Yeah, I agree. I'm fine with that.
yeah, I'm good for the rest of the day.
Thank you, Dean. Have a good one.
No! Never want to give us a minute to get that next best word up in here. Guys, oh, Jay, 1 second. Don't leave. Wait, I think I missed something from Jay. Let me clarify. I think I missed, so Jay just sent a message on one of the donations. Oh. Jay. 750. J double. Down below in that chat for the $75. Jay, I am so fucking sorry. $750. Down below in that chat, right now. Thank you so much, Jay. As well as Jay, trying to pay right. We need to know there it is. Jay says, this is my birthday. Happy birthday tomorrow. Every happiness finds experience with my birthday. Jay, whether it's $75, I'm just so sorry. We should have extra electric bills on the chat. I guess it's not technically number 3. It's August. However, it is second month. I don't even know how to know that day. You must watch a lot. I'm very ready for it. But it's insane. We had a really appreciate it. All the months. Isabel, what is the next show?
Dean, the children in Gaza need your help. Use your voice for good, please. The children in Gaza need your help.
Well, I actually think that now is a perfect time to announce that I was brought on board with fundraising over on Instagram for $1.5 billion. So to move on to the next one, we'll just do some minutes. We got Jeffrey loading up. Silent, thank you for $20 for the super chat. Thank you so much for the love. So what is your favorite about I understand that it's like typical related. Go back to putting the Mac Window X down below in the comment section. I'll put that under and then also, Eric, thank you so much for the $100 over on YouTube Super Chat. Saying in honor of Ozzy Osbourne, with rock action. You know, there's a lot about Ozzy that I don't know. He's definitely, one of the all-time greats of rock music. course you watch. I did see that thing. With Oscar, rock collection. Welcome, Chris. Did you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
21.
21.
Because I'm an idiot.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And seriously, Eric, thank you for the 100 posting out there. I see. Once again, if you're watching and you're like, man, I like this, this, every minute is better. Most of the notifications happen.
Yo, I don't, no.
Leave it on to the next one. Yeah, moving on. Welcome in, Real JD Sports Truck.
Hi, Dean. I love you and I root to your videos.
Hi, what's going on? You Sports Truck? No. Moving on to the next one. Hi, you Sports Truck. Okay, I heard a British Phoenix very muffled 1,000 miles away. They said something. I have no clue what they said. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Everyone is done. Give us a minute to get out of this one. And then do be patient while we're working on that. I do apologize. There's a lot of people trying to join the live that don't support Trump. It's definitely the information system. We're trying to have to fix for y'all, but we're going to work through it. Welcome in. You support Trump?
Yes.
Okay, Holly?
34.
You driving?
I am.
I'm sorry, man. Take on the line when you're driving. Feel free to request stuff when you're not driving. I'll have you back up. Moving on to Mason. This is like your 14. It's just like a 14. Like honestly, this isn't too long. Moving on, here we go, everybody. This needs to get Mr. Blunt's birthday. It's like Mason's birthday. Welcome to Blunt's Sports Trump.
Of course, yeah. We actually are together the other day.
Unfortunately, we have tracks on the so I appreciate you coming up with that. Sasha, thank you for $10 over on PayPal. Sasha, that is very kind of you. Sasha said, extra funny. You know what? Well, Dave, thank you for $5 and it's on my this one. Dude, no worries. Like I said, I am thinking $10 something I said there's a percent of $10 who try to get YouTube. Sam says, my mother was about racial justice. Welcome in, Grace and Albany. That is obviously. Connor,
What is good, Dean? Listen, man, paying for this bro shit is not gonna work, bro. Look, I need to make a proposal. I need to talk. But like, look, you know, I'm like biased. I just don't want to be like a hype guy, you know. I just want to be like, you know, like the extra energy.
No, dude, like, you know, like you come to the hype.
That's what I'm saying.
I just gotta get you moved out.
Look, I can't debate, you know, guys in the chat are pretty ruthless, you know, I'm biased, you know, I'm just a hype guy, you know, you guys just enter the chat, I appreciate everybody saying my name. What's up, dude?
If you vote for the Democrat, right, the Republican election,
Here you go. Bro. Just slam a beer, feet out of the drink. No beers for me. No beers for me. We can drink some Christian together.
Dude, yeah, man, you know, we could try some beer too. Yeah.
Bro, let's fucking do it. That sounds a lot better than it used to, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, you definitely right. You can have some. You know, it's definitely better than beer. Yeah, you know what? If you go for the good stuff. Well, we try to not only slants and food.
Yeah. Bro. Absolutely, man. That sounds like the best time ever. That sounds like a good time. I appreciate that, my guy. Hey, man, have a great.
I got Thank you very much. Welcome to this.
Hello?
Hi, you still trying?
No, but I was just trying to find your deadline. I can only find your PayPal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, who's still trying?
Yeah.
Okay, how are you?
I'm 18,
Where you born?
2007.
Megan, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the love.
My friend is here as well. He's also 18, but he also supports them, so we can just play together.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then also one more person. Frankly, Hayden, thank you so much for the $10. Shrugging Ocean and Shrugging Ocean. Actually, you're you born in
2007. June.
I'm going to think that would see.
Yes.
Okay.
I like his policies.
I can't hear you. If you can, I can't hear you. I'm looking at this thing. Plus, he left the app. I don't think that he did leave the app. So we're going to go to the next guest. Santana, thank you for the heads up. We're very welcome. I've already talked to this guy before. He's a big gun guy, big gun race guy. Oh, big gun race guy back there. What's going on? We tried before. You did that.
Yeah. Yeah, so when the president does something that's unconstitutional, it ends up going to the Supreme Court to get shut down.
But this doesn't mean that it's right.
Okay, Joe Biden, I don't know what your point is. I don't know what your point is. Number one, if he interprets it in a different way, he's not about to be so I mean, it's not really his job to interpret it. But maybe give him the terms of Supreme Court again, maybe that's real. Maybe that's what he's. I mean, I don't
I didn't know the birthright piece, but I mean, you can keep going. I just don't like to call you a victim. So what was what's the legal interpretation of what you well, one, I'm going to answer this for one. I was going to say, it's a saying out there. More than one person can use on the problem. There's probably already. No, it's the thing. I know. Because I feel like it's right back. Either way, though, Donald Trump and some Republicans interpreted that it was only meant for a specific group of people. It was not meant that it was not interpreted to people who come in where they have the government. That's what they said. Oh, my bad. My bad. Well, what you never intended for the children of slaves and slaves. So obviously, no, I have. It's basically an author. I'm saying. So once again, I think it's for website citizens. You're on the that you don't win on the things that you think that you care about. Website, whatever. I don't care. I don't really care about the religion. Everything you think I don't care. Like I said, I came up with it. And I was like one of the most important things. Well, all of them about it. Well, besides the 14 minutes. Yes, well, the 14th the 14th was the base foundation of racial segregation. The 14th was the first suggestion of racial No, it's not. No, it is not. Depending on who you're talking to, certain of those things weren't missing. But it absolutely was. If you think that this is racial inequality, so obviously it was said differently. Oh, yeah, that's why I said it was first suggestion. Because after the 14 minutes, still is some sort of and it's also representing African Americans in citizenship, following opposition. Yeah, great. So red got absolutely. I don't agree with red got necessarily. But brown people, once again, like I said, the difference on that. I'm not necessarily a fan of brown people, but like once again, these people. Yeah, but so by the way. I'm not. That is not. What's going on?
Yes.
You're obvious. Moving on to the next guest here. Everyone's going to get our next guest, Jackson.
Yes, I do.
You see, better. How old are you, Jackson?
I've been a Republican, born in 1960. I'm 65 years old today.
Yeah, you are.
What were you talking to me about?
Oh, his bio says 16? I was off by a year. I was off by a year. Wow. Moving on, here we go. Everybody, we got Amber stories here now. So, Whitney, hello, thank you for flying out to our day.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
You know what? Give us an outro. Give us a minute.
Alright.
Are you ready to play my address yet? No. Still forget. I kicked it. I was supposed to like have my mouse. But accidentally. Accidentally. I wonder what his answer is. If you're curious, that guy's been trying to find it. Moving on to the next message. Christina, thank you so much for that. How's everything? As well as Hannah, thank you so much for the $25 over on PayPal. And so, obviously, never thought about politics because it's impressive. Maybe the transition to politics is something so important as part of the future generation. I went to Coleman Press. Helped me find my lesson journalism and how my journalism is better. So, keep that in mind. Very good. What a name is it? Right there. Right there. Boy, just go check. Okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. Instead of pulling from the we're going to go ahead and pull from. So go ahead and put a MAGA with your age down below in the comment section. Let's go ahead and focus on I'm going to go back to the chat with you. Please follow rules.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm from, I was calling for you, but I moved to America. Is that okay?
With the halfway mark? Halfway done? Almost? Halfway?
Just it. Like, right now I'm sleeping. But like, I have like a house in America right now. And I'm huh?
What state is the house?
Why is it matter?
What?
Why does that matter?
I just wanted to confirm.
Like, it's near Arizona.
Where is 3 cities?
Huh?
Where's 3 cities?
Bro. That's the Phoenix. Yeah.
That's right.
Look, why do you want to know those?
To confirm the tell too. August. How about, what is the weather
Like, why does that matter?
Yeah, kids, it's really important. What is the weather like here? Like, I have a question. Seriously. Like, when you tell me how
Nice, it's very warm.
By the way, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, but I'm not here right now. Yeah, but I'm not stay right now, but I am.
We're gonna go move on. Chat. Not really, that is it. moving on to the next. Here we go. We got user. User. I forgot about this about because it's not good way to talk about we're seriously. What have we been doing? I'm telling you all, 9,000 people in the TikTok live stream. There's not one person that is seeing what is over here. You know what's going on, Jones Esports Show? Oh, Mark, Esports Show?
Yes.
There's that.
63.
You sound serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's something that only 62?
I don't know. Anyways, I love you so much, Steve.
Guys, we didn't look at that. Like, seriously, when it gets, like, over 30 minutes, just, I'm being so serious. Like, it's not, like, once it gets over 30 minutes, like, the shorter is not. Walking the clock, you switch on.
Yep.
Are you driving?
No, I've got my headphones. Take them off.
Yeah, Bobby, you gotta do that thing. While Bobby's working on getting the headphones out, I would send a big old thank you to Dalen for the $35 over on PayPal. We say my name is Cloud, so not Cloud, but Dalen. Sorry, not Dalen, but Cloud. So someone take Cloud down below. That is KLOUD. Cloud says, I just wanted to let you know that you're absolutely amazing. It's super bright light in my life. And the other one is Dark Place. I just recently found you, and I have to say I've seen almost every video you've done. You've been reliable to the younger generation. And I think it is one of the things dude, like, I don't even say that is truly I bet yourself. There's some love to that. Bobby, go ahead and take it.
Hey, Dean. Yeah. So one of the reasons is I really do agree with cracking down on this immigration. I do think that there's been like an absurd amount of illegal process. I know it's always sort of that, like that's sort of always the case, but also incentivizing them to do it, I feel like makes it worse.
Okay, so you support Trump as a massive official?
I support him because someone has to say, hey, enough is enough. I can't let anyone do anything.
So do you support massive official?
I think I can support anything within a gray area if it makes sense for the means. Justify the ends. I mean, I guess so. Or excuse me, the other way around. Yeah, justify the ends.
All right. Would you agree that conceptually is the policy?
I think positive and negative are irrelevant. They're so subjective. What I might call morally wrong or right, or positive or negative, you might not agree with. Like we probably just.
So like the outcomes of policy, right?
Well, let me clarify something in response to that. So I did not agree that. I did not exactly agree with what you said. It's not what I said. I said that when I'm sorry, I ain't going a little bit elevated right now. However, I did not agree to the way you worded it. I feel like kind of took it maybe skewed a little bit. But can you reset your question another way? Right. And so like when you say good or bad, I can say like, okay, it might be good for this person, but bad for another person. And so I feel like that viewpoint kind of assumes that you can please the majority of people when that's kind of like hard to judge. And so when you say good and bad, I would replace that with, I think, the net benefit for most people. And I know you might think of that as good. However, like I said, I just think about it in a little bit more of a subjective way. So here's a net positive thing that does.
So the policy produces
okay, I would like to revisit that. I don't want to waste too much time going over that back and forth because I think there's maybe like a fundamental way way we're both speaking about it as disagreements, but I'll let you have that for a moment. Go ahead and tell you what the positive.
Anyway. So I don't want you to just let me happen. I want you to agree with this.
Yeah, I'll be over disagreeing on is that I think the idea of positive and negative have a lot to do with like people's morality. They don't have to go so.
They can also make it up in policy. Honestly, though, I'm sorry. Choose to live here, and then take it takes. We can't even agree on the structure.
Keep doing what you're doing, Daniel. I'm so sorry for I'm a bad student.
I just know, like, if we're just doing that, like, the conversation is,
Gee. Mine, what?
Going to put a magnet race down below if you want to find out where we're going to go. Now, what's going on in this workshop? No worries, moving on to the off of the key review support show. Drop the magnet down below. We just
I love you so much. I love you so much. Bury me, bury me. Oh my, I love you so much. Please bury me. Oh my God, please. You're so much. Please.
Hi, Dad. Are you driving?
No, I'm not.
Nice. You support show?
Most of the time, yeah. I choose to not be bipartisan because I feel like you can't be single-issue voters, and so I like to judge based on each individual situation on what I support. I'd say the majority of what I've seen, I'd say net positive. I mean, to sum up everything in once is a little bit much, but I'd say it's overall, I feel like a lot of what he's done is regarding finances, business, and the way the American economy is going has been net beneficial. There are like more finer points that have been a bit more, maybe morally questionable for some people. He's putting America first as far as the world economy, which is in the long run going to benefit us. What do you mean? What do you disagree with that? I guess I'll give my explanation first, but I would love to hear yours regardless.
Quickly, before you give your explanation, hey, you support Trump?
I do support Trump, and I have a couple reasons why.
Let's have a little bit of one.
Ooh, I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to, but I have a few things that I'm very happy about that we just come into regulation with.
Okay, real quick, let's not interrupt that. You want to say the other aspects of what Dad made the argument and what you do? All right, give us the argument.
Well, I guess regarding tariffs and the world economy, I see it as beneficial, just given that for a long time, different countries' economies have taken advantage of ours, and him placing tariffs and being more, at least initially, aggressive in some ways has benefited because a lot of companies have chosen to then, or countries have chosen to then invest in America, bring companies into America, increasing jobs, increasing revenue.
I think it's also years. Everything you just said is no good. Because when you look at it, because when you look at the macro investment, it's actually got stagnant in the first time since.
In what time frame exactly are you referring to?
The first quarter of this year.
I mean, a lot of those changes have just been implemented, so they have to have time to get the tax open.
Well, no, he's been bragging about his
Oh, well, that's fair. But
And the reason why I say that they're all smoking games is because a lot of these multi-billion-dollar investments are drawn out of the community for very marginal. And just simply speaking, whether it's making individuals first to invest in has a lot to do with the nature of it. As well as like the negative impacts of mass innovation on the community. So I think that's why we're seeing these enhanced investments overall, business investments.
That's fair. I mean, initially, of course, I would suspect some of those meetings, and I would agree with you on that. I think that. Do you think the mass deportation will affect the economy more?
Absolutely, especially
long term or short term?
The longer that we spend in the operation, because the more workers and the labor force that we have.
Okay, I mean, I guess I can understand that as far as just strictly numbers. What do you feel though about at least someone who might say, and I don't know the data on this, so that's why I asked, but what do you feel about people that would say that some immigrants have been taken advantage of as far as cheaper labor, so now these companies are forced to actually pay citizens adequate wages, and they're maybe failing, and maybe that hurts the economy, and it does kind of weed out improper businesses that are running things and more correctly.
Well, first, I agree. I'm not going to but I still don't think it's right, and that's why I think we should operate justice is so basically, it's the story of the economy.
Well, you said something that I find interesting that I'd like to know kind of more about how you feel. And you said giving them a pathway towards residency. What do you mean by that? So you're essentially saying kind of just a simple blanket, you're here, you get it, not some sort of pathway to ensure. I guess how do you filter that? Do you just say everybody who lives here all the time gets citizenship, and then starting from here on, it changes? Yeah. Fair. I guess the issue I think that arises though is how do you do that in a political way without letting those that you're saying slip through, and that's why there is the current pathway there is. But of course it does be more made more efficient. Right, but essentially what I'm saying is I agree with your idea and I do like it, but I find that it's going to be an issue of resources and efficiency that it's going to come down to.
Well, we know that it
No, I'm not saying that.
I know you're saying part of it. Well, we know that it'd be easier to actually do. The reason why I say this is because millions of country. What plan are gives you a little more money, gives you or trying to destroy families and sees the
What would you say though to the plan that was been given an offer to current immigrants of saying if you leave now, we'll pay for your ticket, and then you can come back through the natural way. Do you disagree with that, and why? Because that is somewhat similar as far as efficiency like that.
I think it's actually not similar. It's less efficient. Well, you basically just take instead we should just say, here's a pathway to that, here's a pathway to residential now, so you can continue to contribute the next 10 years, you're not just giving money to some. So like economically speaking, it's really
No, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I'm just saying the issue is similar to me as far as healthcare. The healthcare system's broken, insurance system's broken. To fix that in one fell swoop is near impossible. And so, how do you go about then? I'd say rather than providing mass amnesty, how do you change the immigration system from what it is now, the broken system, to something more fit?
Well, that's just the other side. It's not a audience. So you give them that. And you also very well.
I'm saying those should be the same thing, though, is that the immigrants currently here should have to undergo that process. It just needs to be made more efficient rather than just, here you go, you're.
I agree. There was a process that I it should be the same process.
Okay, that's fair. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Is actually so far left. I was just crazy. It's actually
yeah. Well, I think that the issue is that I don't necessarily disagree or agree with the mass deportation. It's the way that a lot of presidents have dealt with immigration over the years. People just don't like that Trump is doing because they don't like Trump, you know? I mean, Obama, Clinton, everybody had deportations in their presidencies, and so
well,
I think
that you're like kind of soft shaking because if you don't agree, you don't understand. Or you kind of blocking that question. Is how people say you support these
I'm not saying it's important. Right. I'm just, what I'm saying is that it's a system that's broken, and I don't think you can say mass amnesty or mass deportation are the only two routes. And so, therefore, I'm saying when you're suggesting it's mass amnesty, I agree with you. But in doing that, in that case, I would say, yeah. Not across the board. See, that's what I'm saying is how he's going about it now is how every other president has gone about it. I don't think it's a system that you can do for resources, but. What about Obama? No, I didn't say I support him because of his immigration policy. I support him because of the economic policies that you're pursuing. Part of that, in some way, of course, has to do with mass deportation. I just think that there's another route, and of course, I'm not an expert in it, so I can't say I know that other route. But I am happy with some of the other things he's done, and so that's why I say I support him. But of course, I'm not a single issue voter, and I am not stuck in the bipartisan mindset. Because, like, just for example, the last guy that you had on, he said, if you vote for the Democrat in 2028, I'll go work out with you. I mean, I can understand that because it is kind of like a polarizing thing, but to be that stuck of, I'm going to vote Democrat no matter who the candidates are, seems a little bit narrow-minded, right? How so?
I'm not.
No, I know. It's the idea of you kind of leaning into that at this thing, you know, encouraging someone to vote for essentially. And I know it's based in the jokes, but that's the part that's fine. Right, but I'm saying that is the bipartisan mindset.
Okay,
Of like,
yeah,
I'll probably win.
I agree. It's a joke about bipartisan.
Fair.
But, okay, it was like slightly involved.
No, that's fair. I've just never seen it before, so I hopped on and I was like, oh wow, is he really stuck that way where he's like, I only go Democrat every 4 years, you know? I didn't know.
I mean, no, so I mean, I'll just vote for whoever candidates, the likelihood Democrat.
I hope they put up a better candidate this next time around for sure. Unless you vote for it, but.
Is there anything else you want to go over?
I mean, I guess I'd be interested. So the economy, you're saying that tariffs are detrimental or not really posing any benefit. You don't see the effects of that potentially yielding any sort of benefit, and maybe I guess you could even segue into the pharmaceutical aspects of changing the cost of pharmaceuticals or trying to make that change. I don't know if it's necessarily instated and functional yet, but have you know what I'm referring to? So specifically pharmaceuticals, I guess, decreasing the cost of certain drugs. So the fact that, sorry, those were a little bit disconnected.
Like we see, but like.
Policies. I guess specifically pharmaceuticals, since that's maybe the newer thing that I've recently. I suppose that's fair. Maybe it hasn't been done in the proper concrete manner. I see that, and maybe you're right in some ways. Some of it is smoke and mirrors and just saying things, but the fact that it's become more transparent, I think, and more clear cut. These other countries have been paying this amount of money for these certain drugs, and we pay 5-10 times the amount.
Right. Because their legislation is like, no, they have to help. Other litigation. I would say this is pharmaceuticals not being done. This is the question of how we have to don't have to so that we don't have to make up against them. So it's all the creators of pharmaceuticals and for whatever fucking reason. That's why pharmaceutical drugs have to be that's why I implemented the price prices. That's why I'm a brand giving pharmaceutical and where litigation pharmaceutical companies and why she has policies for using those amount of businesses to pay on a project for pharmaceutical drugs to $2,000. Right, but what is Trump done? Literally nothing. So you said your healthcare, you're telling us you care about the price of pharmaceutical drugs. Well, not this really obvious argument.
I think the issue that I've seen, at least with the left in the past, and I guess I can't speak with too many details since I'm truly not as in tune with updates on some of these items, is the fact that you're saying Kamala imposed these limits, Biden did the same. You can impose that, but how then does that ripple down the line as far as affecting pharmaceuticals, affecting insurance payouts, and thereby affecting some of the healthcare workers that are receiving their pay due to some of those changes?
I don't know. What would the impact of this all by the
Okay. You made me aware of something that I definitely have to look more into. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, I can have a conversation with Meg.
You as well. Thank you so much.
All right, Meg, come back to the app. You are hello, Meg.
I am here.
I really appreciate you for being patient while I was talking to you.
Of course, always patient. I am 33 years old, and I'm a happy American, and I want to bring up some things that Trump has done that I feel is very detrimental to our environment where I live. Okay.
It's only gonna be 30 seconds. Jack was thinking every time bugs over on this people. Woo! Oh yeah, Jack, we appreciate you. Well, Blake, 21 minutes ago, over on Venmo with the $30 donation, and Blake was $10 or $15 donation. Blake says with a $30 donation, he says, just click my MAGA video because of your face. Thank you for your channel. Thank you for your support. Blake, I have a but and what he says, after the settlement of 1.4 billion 2 years ago, yeah, buddy, that's it. That is definitely what you see. So, a massive fraction of it also. I appreciate you for loving it. Really sorry to that. Take it away.
I just want to say I'm so sorry about your dad, baby girl. I just want to send my prayers your way. But I've always been kind of edgy. Does that make sense? Like I'm always like on the edge. But I will read off a couple of the things like the tariffs, not really the tariffs, but just a lot of the things that Trump has done literally in the last month. A couple of them were from the 17th, and another one was on the 3rd. So the regulatory release dictionary sources for to promote the American energy. I love them because we needed that. Like we honestly did, we needed that. Another one was the American Chemical Manufacturing Security, which we definitely needed that, you know. And then the ending of the market extorting subsidies for unreliable foreign-controlled energy sources. Like that was huge. And so I'm okay with it, you know. And like for our past little friend that was on here, with him talking about the terrorists and everything else, and just kind of trying to figure out all that stuff. It was like, okay, like I kind of understood in a way, but like whenever you were talking, I was like, oh no, like yeah, you're right, right? But a lot of these were super hitting me because where I live in New Mexico, a lot of people don't know New Mexico is actually a state. You know what I mean? Like they all don't look at me like that. New Mexico is a state, okay? But a lot of our state is oil field. You know, like a lot of our stuff is oil. And Trump is trying to save our oil field. And that's all my husband's ever known. And it's just one of those things where if they get rid of oil or try to, what's next? Does that make sense? Are you eating goldfish? Those are good. Oh, Jesus! I love it. But
I was happy about the so
yeah. And no, like going to right is the one I wanted to. Remember when Biden was in office and he was like saying something about oil field, and I honestly don't remember exactly what he said, so I can't really like complain, if that makes sense. Okay, well either way. But you know what I mean. Sorry. But it was one of those things where they were trying to shut down our oil field, and I know, giggle, it's funny, it's okay. I like it. It's okay, no, but like I remember when he was like, I'm gonna shut all this down, and like Trump came in and said, hey, like we got this, like we're gonna let it thrive, you know. And that gives my husband a job, like he keeps his job, you know, and
A lot of so the big lie, you got your joke.
Yeah. Okay. I'm so ready. Go for it.
Biden produces more oil in this country than Donald Trump.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. No.
I'm not gonna tell you at all.
This is coming from the administration.
Okay. I don't doubt you at all.
What's happening in U.S. crude oil production. Unironically, that if Biden was simply producing more oil, it was great for oil production. In fact, they oversaw the largest amount of domestic oil production.
Okay. Okay. So, another thing. So obviously it's the American Chemical Manufacturing Security. That is like one of my big ones. He just sent a bill for that on the 17th, I believe. I feel like honestly some of the stuff he's doing is like questionable, but at the same time I feel like it is like okay, but am I wrong for like doing like everybody around in New Mexico, because New Mexico is a blue state, but most of southeastern, southwestern New Mexico were all red, you know? Like we all are pretty Republican, but northeastern and everything is all blue, and that's what causes us to be blue, which I don't mind. It's everybody has their preference, they all have their choice, and I'm looking at that, I'm agreeing with that, you know, and I'm not gonna be that person. But when it comes to the American Chemical Manufacturing Security, it makes me kind of question, like, what exactly are they doing? You know?
I have a question. What is
for the manufacturing security? Oh, look at you, glasses. From what I know, is it's more for like, oh my god, I can't remember the damn name. Oh, I stopped work today. I'm burnt out. So don't laugh. Don't. I can't really completely answer that because I can't remember honestly, but it's you're good. Yeah, it's confusing.
Or you can talk to me.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So all that it did was it revoked the rules that that required cleaner air production from synthetic chemical items. So they basically required synthetic chemical manufacturers to not destroy the environment, right? And then what this did was it was now just re-allowed synthetic chemical polymer manufacturers to destroy the environment.
Damn.
Right?
Bad.
Boom.
Yeah, damn. I'm sorry. The other one was obviously ending market distributing or subsidies for unreliable storage control. With their with the sources. Yeah, that's another one that we did, and I was pretty confused by that. Don't get me wrong, I was very confused by that. When I read it, I was like, what is this? It was on the 17th, right? If I corrected, if I remember correctly, it was on the 17th that he signed it. But it, I don't know. Like, I read it.
If you don't know what it does, then why do you like?
Well, no, that's what I'm asking you. Because I was like, I'm confused.
I'm not even joking. This is taxpayer-funded subsidies for wind and solar energy.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. That's the purpose of the bill. Anybody can go read that. It's in the taxpayer-funded subsidies
so crazy. What?
How do you support that?
That's why I asked you, because I was like, you're more informative than I am.
For sure. Within 45 days of the still being elected, enforces discrimination of clean electricity.
Oh.
Right. Within, yeah.
And I seen on the 3rd, he did like some type of bill about improving our national parks.
What is that?
Yeah.
Do?
I don't know. I read it. Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wasn't for everything, but I literally seen it. And I was like, what is the point of this?
You are making me work so hard.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. I appreciate you.
You're good. I appreciate being on here. Thank you so much. I didn't even know you, honestly, but I appreciate being on here, and I appreciate all of it. Thank you so much.
We're gonna move on to the next stuff, y'all. If you're watching, you want to support me. You can follow me. Something. Apart from let's see like fun piece of it. Hello, Taylor. You split Trump?
Peter Parker or Team Conrad, and Chloe Burke is Team Jeremiah.
Are those names from Love Island? I think that we know. Moving on to the next guest series, everybody. What's up, John? You split Trump?
Yeah,
Age?
17.
Are you guys proud of me for doing that? Like, I don't know what to say. Hi, Daniel. You know, I am doing phenomenal. So I'm hearing you're a Trump supporter.
Yes, I am. I'm a Trump supporter.
God damn it, Daniel. Sucks. Why would you ever support his president?
Because at the end of the day, Trump is he ain't homophobic. Everybody say he homophobic. He ain't homophobic. He homosexual. Meaning he ignorant as fuck when it comes to homosexual shit, but he ain't homophobic.
It's not like I just had a curiosity.
I think so. I think she was a fake supporter because she ain't said shit about trans people. And I got a son on my daughter has, we see him with on bullshit.
So I agree. Kamala Harris didn't talk about trans people enough. Donald Trump just denies that existence. Which one is preferable? The candidate that doesn't talk about trans people enough, or the one that really denies it?
Well, in the first term, he mentioned supporting LGBTQ rights.
He's watched an attack on trans people in America, like socially speaking, his rhetoric. His first thing was to end trans people with an executive order.
Well, that's good. That's because he got to get his supporters on average.
Well, I know, but obviously the material outcome of the Trump presidency is going to be worse for the trans people in this country. Right? Without their right for being military.
I mean, I think things like that could change.
But then what even happened in the first place?
I beg to differ.
What? You think Kamala Harris was elected, she would have been trans people from the internet?
I don't know. But
I know that she wouldn't.
But I never heard her say anything other than nothing.
Agreed. She didn't talk as much about trans people. I would prefer a candidate that doesn't talk about trans people enough than a president that actively thinks their rights.
I mean, fair enough.
Right.
But
fair? So you just calling it right. That means
sure. But at the end of the day, Trump was still better than Kamala. Can
Kamala, Kamala. Yeah, she was. You know, Trump was just better at the time. He didn't know nothing.
Why are you supporting today?
That's a good question, dude.
Like after like finding out some of the Epstein files, which, you know,
I think the whole Epstein thing is just a distraction. I think it's not real at all. I think I think the whole thing is just a conspiracy.
What? Do you believe in Trump that is a conspiracy theory created by Obama?
I believe that. I believe that the Democrats want to take the country back, and this was set up a long time.
So then why did you promise to release the conspiracy theory by Obama?
I don't know.
Why didn't Biden release the conspiracy theory?
Well, this is the DOJ and Biden were not one and the same as Trump has had with DOJ. So it kind of made sense when Biden was in power, but you know, now that Trump is in power, it's just different. Well, to be honest, I'm kind of drunk a little bit.
We're going to move on to the next thing. I appreciate you guys. Jim, thank you so much.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can. Jack, thank you for $5.
Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Can you hear me?
Moving on! Let's go and see what the next guest person has to say. Everyone give us a minute to get that next guest one. Nothing for the box. 47.5 people watching after. Thank you so much, everybody. Give us a year to get that next guest one. That's the box. That's what we're going to do. That's one of the box sessions.
TV.
Wow, that's creepy. That's creepy. I don't do. That's creepy. I was like whispering. Why was he like whispering it like that? I didn't like that. Not a fan. Quite frankly. Thank you. Next, moving on to the next guest. Here we go. I love you. What's up?
Hi, I'm in Canada. I don't. If you're not, I'm sorry. We're gonna go move on to the next guest. Here we go. We got Caitlin. Loaded up in the box. And you're the cute one. Make sure that you're at least 18 years old too. Make sure that you're American citizen and 3. Make sure you support Trump and you're ready and willing to have a good discussion. No, okay, goodbye. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. Go back to 20. Now go with your age down below in that chat. Everybody going with. We're gonna move on to the next guest right now. That's right. Right now, let's see that's so true. Hello, you support Trump?
You said support Trump, but I'm 21.
Okay, what time is it?
It's I'm not from America. I want to say something.
I gotta keep you moving on. Follow the rules.
Look.
Hello, Dean. No, you're funny as shit.
We're gonna move on to the next guest. No, I'm sorry, guys. Please stop.
Okay, outside of like adding some little details here and there, getting the white marks is pretty much it. Well, thank you guys for watching this in retrospect. For those who came in and left, thank you for watching. And I'll see you the next time of Japes Through This.